Hello, dear students. Welcome to Gurukul. So, students, in this video, I'm going to teach you about quadratic function. And this video is useful for class 10th, class 11th, and class 12th students. In class 10th, you study quadratic. You should know various aspects of quadratic function and its graphing aspects also. If you are in grade 11, you might be studying parabola in conic section topic. And if you are in grade 12, you use it many a times, like in application of derivative, application of integral. When you are going to find the area under the curve, you need to draw the rough sketch of the graph, rough sketch of the parabola, etc. Right? So in this video, quadratic function will be covered up. Let's start. All of us are known to this quadratic, ax square plus bx plus c, right? Graph of this quadratic may be of three types. See how? X-axis, y-axis. It may be of three types. First type, when it is crossing x-axis at two different points. The graph of the quadratic is crossing x-axis at two different points. The second situation may be when it is not crossing x-axis at 2 points but just touching x-axis at a point. And the third case may be when it is neither crossing nor touching x-axis, it is just turning up above x-axis only. So there are three aspects. Let us name them as first, second, and third. So in the first case, let us write all the details in this column. In the first case, you will have two different factors of this parabola. Two different factors like a times x minus alpha, x minus beta. Two different factors because you have two different zeros. So the graph is crossing x-axis at alpha and beta. This is the meaning. In the second case, you will have two equal factors, a times x minus alpha into x minus alpha. So this is touching x-axis at alpha. Let's take a different number. We already have taken alpha in a figure. Let's take it gamma. And in the third case, you cannot factorize it. No factor. You cannot factorize it. In the first case, alpha and beta are respectively minus b minus under square root b square minus 4ac by 2a, and beta is equal to minus b plus under square root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Alpha is of course smaller than beta. What else? In this case, discriminant, that is b square minus 4ac, remains greater than 0. In the second case, gamma is equal to minus b by 2a. The single value of gamma will be repeated twice. In the second case, discriminant is, that is b square minus 4ac, is equal to 0. And in the third case, you have no factor, no zeros, and discriminant, that is b square minus 4ac, is smaller than 0. No roots. So these are the various aspects of the quadratic function, graph of quadratic function. Apart from this, there are more facts about it. See, this alpha and beta in the first case can be rational or irrational, maybe integer as well. In the first case, if alpha beta are integers, if alpha and beta are integers, then discriminant, that is b square minus 4ac, must be a perfect square number. Must be a perfect square number. The second thing is, if alpha and beta are irrational numbers, irrational, if alpha beta are irrational, then they must be conjugate of each other. Must be conjugate of each other. For example, if alpha is 2 plus root 3, then the other one must be 2 minus root 3. If the first one is root 3, the other one must be minus root 3. They must be conjugate of each other. This is must. That's a rule. So be careful. There are various questions asked on this property. Well, this was about various aspects of a quadratic polynomial, a quadratic function and its graph. Now we are going to learn how to graph a quadratic function, a quadratic polynomial. This is very useful for classes 10, 11, 12. Basically for 10th, this is in syllabus. Now let us see how to graph a quadratic. Before I take an example, I would like to explain some rules. First of all, we have to consider two different types of parabola. Two different types. Let us call the first type to be the vertical parabola. Vertical parabola. Dear students, the graph we have seen here, the graph of the quadratic, is always a parabola. That you should remember. This is the graph of parabola. This shape is itself called parabola. Vertical parabola, and the second horizontal parabola. Horizontal parabola. What do I mean by vertical parabola and horizontal parabola? When I say vertical parabola, I mean that the axis of the parabola must be vertical. Axis of the parabola must be vertical. And in this one, axis of the parabola should be horizontal. Axis of the parabola is horizontal. How does this look like? This may look like this or this, because in these two cases, axis is this. So axis is vertical, that's why parabola is either opening up or opening down. But in this case, the parabola may be opening towards left or right. In these two cases, axis remains horizontal. Axis remains horizontal. Now, I'm going to introduce the more generalized equation of these two parabolas. Since these two are opening up or down, these are vertical. More generalized equation. More generalized equation. Remember that if it is a vertical parabola, square will be always over y. Square will be always over y. Y means y term, not just y. It is on the y term. This bracket is the y term. So a square is over y. Sorry to say, square will be over x. It's a vertical parabola, so a square will be over x. This is the more generalized equation of the vertical parabola. Similarly, if we write the more generalized equation of horizontal parabola, it should look like, here we have seen a square was over x term. Now this will be over y term. More generalized equation. Why do we call it more generalized equation? Because this equation has much information about a parabola, like the vertex of the parabola, axis of the parabola, focus of the parabola, latus rectum of the parabola. There are various aspects of the parabola and all the information is involved in this equation. We can extract all the information from it. But in this video, we will be focusing over how to graph. So only about the graphing portion, or you can say the rough sketch of the parabola. And for that purpose, I need only the vertex. Vertex of this parabola. the number subtracted from x always becomes x coordinate of the parabola, and the number subtracted from y becomes y coordinate of the parabola. Same here, the number subtracted from x becomes x coordinate of the vertex of the parabola, and the number subtracted from y becomes the y coordinate of the vertex of the parabola. So this rule is same for both of them. The number subtracted from x becomes x-axis of the vertex. Number subtracted from y becomes y coordinate of the vertex. In that too. Let's take now some examples. Basic parabola. What does it mean by basic parabola? Basic parabola is the parabola having vertex at origin. Very commonly used. X square is equal to 4ay. Y square is equal to 4ax. Square is over x, it will be vertical. The square is over y, it will be horizontal. So the another question is that how to know, how to categorize, how to identify between these two categories. This parabola will be opening up or opening down. How to know? If a value is positive, then it is up, then it opens up. If a value is negative, then it opens down. Similarly in this, if a value is positive, it opens to the right. If a is positive, it opens to right. If a is negative, it opens to left. Very simple to remember. Positive up, positive right. So here we have taken x square is equal to 4ay. Suppose a is positive. The parabola will be opening up, and notice the vertex, if we write it in the more generalized form, we see it is having 0 subtracted from x and 0 subtracted from y. So h comma k, the vertex is going to be 0, 0. So the parabola is having vertex at origin and opening up. This is the graph of x square is equal to 4ay. A can be 1, a can be 2, 3, 4, anything. X square is equal to 4ay. Now in this one, if we compare this with its more generalized form, we will write it y minus 0 whole square equal to 4a times x minus 0. And so the vertex of the parabola is again going to be 0, 0. And let us consider a again positive here. So this parabola will be opening towards right side. with vertex at origin. Now let's draw this one. Draw the graph of y is equal to x square minus 5x plus 6. Let us see where this parabola appears. So what we need to do, we have to write that equation into either this form or this form. Let's first compare. What we see is x term has a square. X is having a square. That means the equation given to us matches with this one, because here also x term has a square, not y. In this one, y has a square. So this is not the correct match for our equation. This is the correct match. But how to write our equation into this form? Let us see. We have to make it a perfect square. How to? When you were in class 10, you might have studied about making perfect square method in quadratic equation chapter. So let me explain that once again. Y is equal to x square minus 5x. What you need to do is, you need to take both x terms together and then carefully see. You have to add and subtract. Add and subtract b by 2 whole square. B by 2. What's b? B is the x coefficient. B is x coefficient. X coefficient. B by 2 whole square. So we'll add here 5 by 2 whole square, and the same thing to be subtracted to make a balance, and plus c will come at last. So when you add and subtract b by 2 whole square, automatically you notice the first three terms make a perfect square. It becomes x minus 5 by 2 whole square, a minus b whole square. Cross check. A square, b square minus 2ab. Now let us simplify the remaining terms. It's minus 25 by 4 plus 6. Y is equal to x minus 5 by 2 whole square. And if you combine these two terms together, 4 is the LCM. 6 4 is 24. 24 minus 25 is minus 1. Minus 1 by 4. We should write it like this. Y minus of minus 1 by 4 on the left side. And on the right side we have x minus 5 by 2 square. Done? Now it is looking like the format, the more generalized form. Y minus k is equal to x minus h whole square. We can multiply here with 4a. 4a is not available in our equation, so you can say a value is 1 by 4. A value in our equation is 1 by 4. That's why it's invisible there. Now if you compare, you find easily h comma k. In place of h, The number subtracted from x is h, so it's 5 by 2. And the number subtracted from y, it was negative, it should be positive on the right side. Sorry, I forgot to write one more negative sign there. It's minus 1 by 4. So the number subtracted from y is y coordinate, that is minus 1 by 4. This is the vertex of this parabola. And since x is having a square, so it will open up. A is positive, it will open up. X coordinate of the vertex is 5 by 2, that is 2.5. Suppose here. And y coordinate is minus 1 by 4. Suppose here. So the vertex is here. Vertex 5 by 2, comma minus 1 by 4. And the parabola will be looking like this. At the same time, we should know if it crosses y-axis, what is the point? And it crosses x-axis at 2 points, right? It crosses x-axis at 2 points, where we can find the zeros of the quadratic for more information. But if just a rough sketch is required, you can directly draw this. Done. The rough sketch is done. But if you want to be specific, you need some more information. Find out the zeros. This will let you know where it will cross x-axis. Zeros. X square minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. Equate the quadratic with 0. I mean, make y is equal to 0. Make y is equal to 0. It will let you know what's x. If you factorize, you'll get minus 2, minus 3. And so, x value is 2 and 3. So there are two x values. That means it will cross x-axis twice. Now let us know where it crosses y-axis. For that we have to put x equals 0. When x equals 0, you put x is equal to 0. So the first term and the second term both becomes 0, and y is equal to 6. So the y-intercept of this parabola is 6. This number is 2, this number is 3, and it crosses y-axis at 6. Suppose here, parabola is drawn. Done. X-axis, y-axis. So what you need to do is, let's have a fresh idea. Let's have a recap of what we did here. Starting from this one. So there are two types of parabola possible. First, vertical parabola. Second, horizontal parabola. Vertical means axis of the parabola is vertical. In this video, I have not talked about the axis. We have not talked about the other aspects like focus, latus rectum, etc. Vertical parabola means axis of the parabola is vertical. Axis means symmetrical axis. Like you might have studied about symmetrical lines. Symmetrical line divide the shape into two congruent parts. They can overlap with each other. So in a parabola, if you draw this line, the two parts, left and right parts, remain always identical, congruent. They can, if you fold the paper here, the right part and left part will overlap each other. This is the meaning of axis. This line is axis, symmetrical axis, symmetrical line. Well, so if the axis is vertical, parabola is vertical. Now there may be two types of parabola here as well. One opening upward, other opening downward. How to identify? Let us see further. The more generalized equation in this vertical parabola is this. Notice, when you have vertical parabola, square will be always over x term. So x minus h whole square is equal to 4a times y minus k. How to identify the vertex? The number subtracted from x is x coordinate of the vertex. The number subtracted from y is the y coordinate of the vertex. If a is positive here, the a value is positive, then it opens up. So in the first one, a is positive. In the second one, a is negative. Easy? Now in this one, the generalized form is this. Notice the difference between the two. Comparative study is always better. If x term has a square, it is vertical. If y term has a square, it's horizontal. So the axis is horizontal basically. Vertex is the point where it turns. It turns the direction. This point is vertex. So always vertex is the hk. H, the number subtracted from x. K, the number subtracted from k. In both of them. So the concept of vertex is same. Now, if the a value is positive, it opens to the right side. If a value is negative, it opens to the left. So this one has a positive and this one has a negative. Basic parabola. This is the most discussed parabola in the textbook of grade 11 CBSE. This type of parabola is mostly discussed. X square is equal to 4ay. Vertex at 0, 0. Vertex at 0, 0, opening up because a is positive. And this one, square over y term, so it will be horizontal parabola. A is positive, so opening towards right side. Vertex at 0, 0. This is vertex. Now, this question, we had a parabola given, quadratic function given, y is equal to x square minus 5x plus 6, and we have to graph it. So what we need to do? We have to first change its format to the more generalized form. How to? For that, we have to make a completing the square method. We have to apply completing the square method. For that, we have to add and subtract b by 2 whole square. B means coefficient of x. X coefficient is always known as b. Generalized, I hope you remember, ax square plus bx plus c type. So x coefficient is considered to be b. Well, when you add and subtract b by 2 whole square, here b value is minus 5. If you take minus 5 and divide it by 2, it is minus 5 by 2. Square it, it becomes 5 by 2 square. Add and subtract. Remaining terms are as it is, plus 6 at last, x square minus 5x, the first two here. Once you add and subtract, you will notice that first three terms, including this positive value, makes it a perfect square. X minus 5 by 2 whole square, it's a minus b whole square. Now simplify the remaining two terms. It's minus 1 by 4. Take it to the left side. Since it's a negative value, on the right side it will become, on the left side it will become positive. So we have to write it in a standard way to make a match. Negative of negative, don't just write a positive, write negative of a negative, so that you can compare the equation with our more generalized form. X term is having square, so this one 4a into y minus k is equal to x minus h whole square. We compared and we found hk is equal to 5 by 2 comma minus 1 by 4. So this is sufficient to draw the rough sketch, but if we be more specific, we want to know where it crosses x-axis and where it crosses y-axis. To know where it crosses x-axis, we have to make y is equal to 0. If we make y is equal to 0, equation looks like this. X square minus 5x plus equal to 0. X square minus 5x plus 6 equals 0. Factorize it, find the x values. Now to find where it crosses y-axis, we have to put x is equal to 0. If we put x is equal to 0, the first two terms on the right side becomes 0. So y remains equal to 6. Done. Our parabola is ready there. That's all for today. I hope this will give you the sense of graphing of parabola. Try some more questions, practice, and if you have any confusion, if you have any question about anything I taught in this video, put your question in the comment section. Thank you. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.